Hello and welcome back to Effective Niche Research. And in this video, we are going to be talking about what we will be looking for when we start to use the research tools that we'll be talking about in the next video and throughout the rest of the course. Now, we are obviously trying to find a money-making niche in order to either sell affiliate products or to create our own and or build a list. So we are looking for a hungry market, seeking solutions. The more desperate that market is, the better. In other words, the more that they are really looking to buy information now because they want to solve their problem now, those are going to be the markets that we are going to do the absolute best in. Those are going to be the markets where people will spend money almost irrationally in order to help them to gain their goal or to solve their problem. Now, we are going to be looking for a market that will have interest in the future. We want this market to have deep roots. In other words, we don't want to invest only in a market where we are going to be creating information, creating systems, creating capture pages, creating interviews, creating lots of content only to find out that that market is going away in a month or two or 6 months. We'd like to find a market that's going to grow and market that people are going to have interest in the future and that they are going to develop even a deeper interest as they go along. Obviously, this is not going to happen all the time, but if we can find that in a market, we're doing well. Now, we're also looking for a market that won't cause us to have to spend heavily in order to compete. In other words, we don't want a heavily competitive market where we've got to outspend big players in order to be visible. We want to be in a market where there are either not a lot of competitors or there isn't a lot of information or where big players are not currently located. We want to find a market where we can reach people with the message and with the information they're looking for without suffering from let's say, issues of under credibility. In other words, putting ourselves up against bigger, more established players and coming into a market being brand new. We want to be able to come into the market and really help people without having to deal with those issues of small and credibility. We want to find a market where people are already buying information products. We want to figure out what we don't want to have to figure out is whether or not people are actually going to buy a product or not. We want to find out whether people are going to be interested in our product, but we don't want to have to figure out whether or not people are going to buy information products at all. So we should be looking for markets where we can tell that people are already pulling out their credit card, making purchases of information products. Those are going to be markets where we can get in there and either do a better job or do a more thorough job in reaching the customer. Okay. Now, lastly, of course, we are going to be looking for a market where we can supply people with cutting edge research and information. Now, why is that important? Well, we want to be able to be the supplier of information. We want to be the go-to resource. We want people to think of us and come to us when they need more help with their problem. So as we go through this course, these are going to be the things that we are looking to the research tools in order to help us do. Inside of the Make Money Online niche, we might go through this process a little differently. We'll be explaining that. However, outside of the internet marketing niche or sub niches, this is the process that we'll be going through, and we will be looking at all these questions throughout our use of each of these tools. Now, each of the tools you'll be looking at, you will be using them in different orders in different niches. It will really depend on your preference and where you are in determining the answers to these questions. Okay, so really that is about it for this video. And in the next video, we will get started looking at more of the tools that you'll be using in order to determine the hungry market. With that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video.